Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have a question for you. Do you like dragons, glitches, lots of gold, and what's your opinion on it being immortal without using a credit card in a video game? If the answer to any of these is yes, then this video is for you. For today, we are playing Dragon's Dogma 2, a game I've been looking forward to for a very long time after playing the first game, which in my opinion was a masterpiece. Dragon's Dogma is a game where you and three companions called pawns adventure around the world fighting dragons, cyclopses and goblins. Basically, think of Skyrim but with more companions. And in this new adventure, it will be unlike any you've seen before, and this is also my first playthrough of Dragon's Dogma 2 on the actual day of release. If you are not a veteran of the Dragon's Dogma universe, then this game can be very hard and incredibly unforgiving from the beginning levels, which is why I'm actually going to use a glitch to basically make myself immortal. Not only myself, but the NPCs as well. Almost feels like I'm going to play a necromancer, doesn't it? A shame it's actually not an official profession in the game yet. The bosses in this game can also be quite challenging, especially at the early levels, so actually I have a glitch for dealing with them as well. It's going to be a good one. And this adventure starts, as all great adventures start, by creating a marvelous character. As you can see, I've just finished playing Devil May Cry, another great Capcom game, so you may see a little bit of a Dante resemblance here. His name's also Friday because today is the day of release, and it's a Friday. So we're starting in the mine with a sword and shield, it looks like. So, oh my god, already a Medusa? We couldn't fight like snakes, bats, a wasp, maybe a 50-foot conda first. No, we have to be Medusa. I remember the first game being very hard, so this is either going to be very educational in teaching us the Dragon Dogma 2 mechanics, or it's going to be an education in pain and frustration, which is also an education in Dragon's Dogma. So let's see which it's going to be. Yeah, you better run, fear this level 1. Alright, now we have Darth Sidious talking to us. You know it's bad when he's telling us to get out the mines. And this is clearly, oh my god, this is clearly getting out the fire and straight into the frying pan. I'm feeling the Gandalf vibes here with the eagle. Oh, this is going to be a very, very short-lived flight, isn't it? God damn, this poor eagle. And now my only friend is being eaten by tentacles. Yup. This is Dragon's Dogma. Alright, so the past is the past. Now on to the first town. And finally, a Riftstone. And what this means is we are summoning. And we're summoning the main attraction. Our hero is about to arrive. This is our main pawn, the companion that's going to be with us through absolutely everything. And of course, he has to be a cat. And he has to be a large cat. A large cat called Chungus. Because nothing would make me happier than seeing someone called Chungus desperately holding onto a monster as it tries to throw him off and eat us. I actually do wonder, if I make Chungus absolutely huge, does this mean it's actually harder, that when he's climbing all over enemies, it's more difficult for them to move? Anyone in the comments know? Look at that glorious flowing hair though. I'll even throw in his porn ID in the video description if anyone wants to play and experience with the glory that is going to be Chungus, and you're on the PC, you'll be able to. Let's start the adventure. Let's do this, Chungus! Huzzah! So, to begin our plan, which I'm desperate to do, we need to get to one of the main cities first, rather than these little outposts that are sitting out and about. And these gentlemen are actually going to show us the way it looks like. I'm sure nothing is going to happen. Harpies, oh god, flying enemies, and I have a sword and a shield, and Chungus has daggers. Perfect. At least we do have some ranged companions, and that Cyclops is terrifyingly big. Did you see that guy? He got a full club to the face. I don't feel like I'm doing much hacking at the legs here. They're absolutely huge. Alright, let's try climbing him. I'm not sure this was a good idea. He's down. Get him, Chungus! Get him! Look at Chungus go with those fire weapons. And this is going to be the killing blow if I've ever seen one. Oh yes. Damn, this music in this game is amazing. Now we can continue on our merry way. Vernworth, the main city. So guys, this is what we've been looking for. Alright, now, so we have our base of operations, and I need to do two things with the plan. Part 1 of the plan is basically to lose the shield because it screams, hit me. And I really do associate things hitting me with basically dying. Especially when it's the club the size of a house. Did you see what it did to that guy? Alright, so the good news is there is a goblin cave just outside this city, and it's going to accommodate us nicely with these two lovely new weapons that unlock two new professions. Kill a few goblins, get a quest 2-hander, a star from the cave, and then back to the guild master, who then lets us change our profession, aka I don't have to use a shield anymore. Now, I've got two options here. The sorcerer in previous games could do incredible damage with their spells, but you really did have to stand still for ages while casting it. The other option is a warrior. And a warrior gets to hit things really hard with a giant sword. So it's all about choices here. Now, I know what I said earlier about getting hit, but hear me out. Hear me out. Sometimes the best defense is a great offense. And all I have to do is hit them harder and harder, so they basically don't have to hit back. Simples, right? Alright. New Conan Barbarian outfit on. A sword that literally looks like it could cut through a tree. Because, let's be honest, did you see that monster earlier? Did you see it? Its legs were basically trees. And if this warrior idea fails, hey, there is a part 2 to the plan, and we're coming up to it quite soon. But first, let's see what this warrior class can do. Oh, okay, enemies, and they're fighting each other. This is actually pretty awesome. The game, instead of like throwing all the enemies at you and dogpiling you, they actually fight each other. Yeah, I like it. And this ogre, this should be a good test of the new profession. Oh, and it's got a great animation for its swings. I mean, just look at the sword go. It does quite a bit of damage too. Oh, and it's not going well for Michelle, our archer. She's a random pawn we hired, but man, the death ping noise, it really does. When your pawns drops, that noise really does ramp up the tension, doesn't it? She's our archer as well, so I guess she annoyed him a little bit too much. I did see a lot of arrows sticking out of him earlier, so she's doing the good work. All right, she's up. Now it's time to do some damage. Let's get to climbing. I'm not entirely sure how I'm hanging on to his fist here, but hey, it seems to be working, right? Ooh, being slammed against the wall is gonna hurt, and he really doesn't like Michelle. She's been down like 3 times already, and he's always after her. Ooh, this isn't good. That's a lot of damage to me. And here's where I'm introduced to the real Dragon's Dogma game, where I learned the lesson, a valuable lesson. I'm going to be dying a lot, and if I'm dying a lot, I need to resurrect a lot, which means I need these wake stones. But these are very rare, and I'm basically allergic to microtransactions, so if you are like me, you're basically going to have to either use the wake stones, be very good at the game, or basically have to restart at the nearest inn, which means despite its profession being absolutely awesome, from the small spin we've taken with it, we're going to need to execute the second part of this plan. And ooh, a nice vocation rank up too, lovely. But first, let's get Michelle up. I'm sorry, Michelle. I actually feel bad how much you were targeted in that fight. But anyway, back to the main city. And we really shouldn't travel at night in Dragon's Dogma. And what is that roar? And what is that health bar? Nope. We have one wake stone left, and we are heading back to town. Alright, so we're back in the main city, and it's time for part 2 of the plan. So do you all remember the big giant rift stone in the middle of the capital city? Well, there's actually some great options in this portal once you select it. For example, you can actually customize your search to actually search for a pawn that appears basically within the rift to be at your level. And this basically means that it doesn't cost you rift points to actually hire them. And rift points are very valuable and are very difficult to earn. You basically only earn them when someone else hires out your pawn. So you can actually change the filter as well for other classes too. So let's say you want some healing, you can filter it for the mage. And then you can actually summon different pawns over and over again should you require. So if you get your first lot and you don't like what you see, you can summon another lot. Really easy. Now, here's where it gets interesting. These pawns all have their own quests, just like Chungus has his own quest that other players can do. And this is where part 2, the Immortality, basically kicks in. The default quest for everyone's first pawn requires you to just literally spend a day and a night with them. And the reward is a wakestone shard. 3 of these shards make a wakestone, which is what we use when we die to resurrect, and you just saw just now. I think you all know where this is going. By adventuring with 2 new pawns each time, or even just like sleeping at an inn for 24 hours, you basically get 2 wakestone fragments for free. Also, their owners, don't worry, they get basic rift points just for you hiring the pawns, so everyone wins. You also get to rate them, so you can give them a thumbs up, you can give them some love, and maybe even an apple if they're super lucky. because there's nothing worse than having your pawn never getting hired. It just makes you sad. Alright, so let's get some wake stones.
A few moments later.
Also, an update for the glorious Chungus with that amazing flowing locks. So as we were sleeping at the inn to basically get the Wakestone quest complete for the shards, we actually had someone hire Chungus. Thank you, Perrin, for the potion. Amazing name from Wheel of Time. You only get, just so everyone knows, you only actually get an update on your own pawn who's been hired by other adventurers when you're actually sleeping at an inn, not when you're at a campsite. So that's just quite good to know. All right, so stocked up on quite a few of the Wakestone shards, gotten some Wakestones themselves, but I've been sleeping at the inn. It does actually cost quite a bit of money to sleep like that every single time this early in the game. But here's the thing, gold can be earned, Wakestones not so much, not unless you want to use a credit card anyway. Another trick in the Capital's Riftstone, just so you know, is that you can actually access other linked Riftstones. And these are basically Riftstones that you actually have actively found out in the world. And one of the Riftstones out in the world is actually called the Riftstone of Potential. And what this does is it brings up pawns that have never been hired before, aka pawns that have this quest. The issue with this is that you actually, when you're doing a linked Riftstone, like the Riftstone of Potential, you can't choose, for example, additional search parameters like selecting pawns at only your level or lower, which means you may get pawns that are above you in levels, which will cost you Rift points to actually hire. But this is something to remember, because as we get more levels and we start leveling up more and more, less pawns are going to not have the initial quest of never being hired, and therefore will be harder to get. So this linked Riftstone at the main cities will be very helpful in the future. Basically, either way, either you're just randomly summoning the pawns at your level, not costing you Rift points, or using the linked Riftstone, you're basically getting infinite Wakestones, which is now possible. So you get the flow of them coming in, and it basically fuels our epic and basically very reckless adventure that's coming up. No, run, Chungus, run! Run, you heroic fool! Okay, so these cliffs should give us an advantage for climbing, right? Alright, round 2, Mr. Cyclops, round 2. Climb. Oh, what a shot by our archer, Joel. Right in the eye. He did not like getting shot there. And he just ran out of stamina and gently put me down at the top of the cliff, just as I ran out. How nice of him. And he is down. That went a lot better than last time, I have to admit. So we have the Wakestones just in case, but man, the warrior is doing work and so are our companions. But phew, that was actually quite a bit of work. And I think actually there is another way, using a small glitch in the game that's actually going to help us with killing bosses. So let's say, for example, we run into 2 big bosses fighting each other, like what we have here at the Ancient Battlegrounds, and man, that is an epic fight. I do not want to get involved with that at my level. So, you know, even if I did get involved here, I'm going to be burning through a lot of Wakestones taking down these 2. But here's the thing, there is a castle, and a castle means weapons. Siege weapons. Weapons like trebuchets and ballistas. So first, let's try the trebuchet out here, see what it does. Damn, can't move it, but hey, at least it's opened up a secret entranceway. Hey, positives, right? Alright, so let's go find ourselves a ballista. Now, at the beginning of the game, we actually saw what the ballista did to our poor griffin. So, let's take aim, and wham! He did not like that. I think that was a one-shot. But let's check. It's always good to check. Yep, this is a 100% dead Drake Dragon. Right, so let's give that another try. So I've head back to one of the starting cities, Maeve, and there's always a griffin that's basically flying around here. And there's also a ballista on the battlements too. And to make just this a little bit easier, after watching for a while, he always seems to land in the same spot. So let's see if we can get another one with a one-shot. Okay. There was an explosion, and now he's disappeared. We got the XP, but I do not see the corpse, and I think he got incinerated. Or have I just become this powerful now? Or, basically, did I miss and there was an explosive barrel next to him and I've just incinerated him in fire? Either way, this is victory. And free XP. Just rested, and Chuggus got hired again. Oh, thank you so much. It's always good to see that the golden flowing locks have once again helps the adventurers on their journeys. So one thing to note that I've just found out about is how to find out when it's day or about to become night in Dragon's Dogma. So nighttime is absolutely deadly in this game, so you do want to roughly know when it's nighttime is coming. And you can actually see this by opening up your menu, and in the background you have that big wheel in the background where you can see, for example, in this case the sun is rising, so the sun is on the right hand side. But here, for example, it's here where it's in the middle of the screen, so it's actually at noon. And here again now, it's on the left side because the sun is setting. And here, it's at night. So basically, it operates in a counterclockwise direction. And it basically shows you when the sun is coming up and when the sun is going down and roughly how much more daylight you've actually got left. So very, very useful for surviving a little bit in this game. And you know what? While we've been killing all these bosses, I've actually been thinking there was actually another glitch in Dragon's Dogma 1, especially if there's no siege equipment around. So let's go find out if it's also in the second game as well. And what we need for this one is we just need to find a boss like this dragon here. And who basically, let's be honest, he has way too many health bars. And listen to that music. I love the music in this game. Okay, so all we need to do here is avoid the teeth, the fire, the death, and slowly drag him near a deep body of water. And don't worry, he's got to land sooner or later. I promise. And there we go. We kill him instantly with the brine. The only negative here is we can't loot the body, but it is a great way to get the EXP. So, guys, I'm going to continue playing this game because it's absolutely amazing. And I'm going to continue getting lost, be on endless side quests, and just plain exploring. It's a lot more enjoyable playing without having to worry about wake stones or getting frustrated having to resurrect at inns. I hope everyone here enjoyed the story so far and the adventure. If you would like to see more, let me know down below. In the meantime, though, I hope you all have a great day.